A string of clues, a chilling new crime, and a loyal four-legged detective ready to do what humans can't. Season 8 of Hudson and Rex does not waste a single second. Episode 1 opens with intensity and emotion, pulling us back into the world of mystery and justice alongside Detective Charlie, Hudson and his trusted partner Rex. But this case is not just another investigation. It hides a dark secret that will test their teamwork like never before. Asterisk. Season 8, Episode 1 begins with a quiet morning that turns dark fast. A local community event at the St. John's Harbor is interrupted when a body is discovered near the shoreline. At first, it seems like a tragic accident, maybe a drowning or a fall. But the moment Rex arrives on the scene, he senses something is wrong. His deep growl and alert stance tell us right away, this is no accident. This is a crime. Detective Charlie Hudson steps in to take charge of the investigation. He observes the victim, a well-dressed man in his early 40s, with no ID and no visible injuries that point to a struggle. But the details are not adding up. Why was he found so far from town? Why are his shoes completely clean when the shoreline is muddy? Even stranger, why does he have a torn piece of fabric in his hand, as if he fought back against someone? Before the team can even process the evidence, Rex makes the first breakthrough. He picks up a scent from the torn fabric and bolts toward a nearby fishing shed. Hudson follows, trusting Rex's instincts without question. Inside, they discover signs of a struggle, overturned crates, broken glass, and a smear of blood on the wall. This is the true crime scene. Someone staged the body to mislead the police. The investigation grows more complex as forensic expert Dr. Sarah Trong joins the scene. She quickly confirms what Rex already knows. The victim did not die at the harbor. Someone tried very hard to cover their tracks. Jesse Mills starts digging for missing person reports or local disputes that could connect to the case. Tech clues are scarce, and time is already slipping away. Whoever did this is organized, smart, and likely still watching from the shadows. This episode wastes no time reminding us of the heart of the show, not just thrilling crime solving, but the powerful bond between Hudson and Rex. Their partnership is already in full force, and as the mystery begins to unravel, it becomes clear. This case is going to be personal. The deeper Hudson and Rex dig, the more this case begins to feel like a puzzle designed to stay unsolved. With the real crime scene now identified inside the abandoned fishing shed, the team shifts focus. This is no random murder. Someone dragged the body to the harbor to send a message or to hide something far worse. The question is, what? Back at Major Crimes, the investigation begins to form threads. Jesse pulls up security footage from the harbor area, but most of it is blocked by fog and low light. Only one clue stands out: a small boat speeding away from the harbor minutes before the body was reported. The boat has no visible name or registration number. Whoever used it wanted to disappear. That means they planned every minute of this crime. Sarah's preliminary findings confirm. The victim suffered blunt force trauma to the back of the head. No fingerprints on the murder weapon. No defensive wounds. That suggests the victim either knew the attacker or was taken by surprise. Hudson considers both options, but Rex is still restless. Something about this case bothers him. He keeps circling the evidence box, nose twitching. Then he stops. He paws at the torn fabric again. Rex isn't just smelling mystery. He's sensing emotions, fear, pain, and something else. Familiarity. Hudson trusts Rex more than any piece of equipment. So when Rex leads him out of the station to a marina across town, Hudson follows without hesitation. There, Rex stops at a locked storage unit. With a quick signal, Hudson calls it in. Moments later, Officer Scott arrives with bolt cutters. The lock snaps. The door rolls open. Inside, they find a stash of cash, illegal fishing permits, and a ledger filled with names and numbers. This is no simple murder. This is part of a smuggling operation run through the docks. But the biggest shock comes when Hudson flips to the last page of the ledger. There is a signature, someone who should not be there. Someone connected to law enforcement. Someone they know. If this murder ties back to a corrupt insider, the team may be walking straight into a trap. Trust becomes a fragile thing as Hudson realizes this case is bigger than they imagined. And for the first time this season, a question hangs heavy in the air. Who can they trust? The discovery of the hidden ledger changes everything. What started as a mysterious murder now points to organized crime moving silently through St. John's. The names inside the ledger link to local business owners, private boat operators, and even a charity group that often sponsors community events. But one name freezes Hudson and plays Daniel Harlow, a former Marine officer who once worked with major crimes as a consultant. A man Hudson once trusted. When Hudson brings the ledger back to the precinct, the room grows tense. Sarah scans it with concern. Jesse scrolls through old police records, and Rex watches Hudson closely. He knows that look in Hudson's eyes. It's the look he gets when he feels betrayed. Jesse finds something unsettling fast. Harlow vanished from public records 6 months ago after suddenly resigning from a coastal security job. No forwarding address. No financial activity. Nothing. People don't just disappear unless they want to, or someone wants them gone. Hudson orders a quiet background check. No leaks, no chatter. If there really is a corrupt insider connected to this case, the wrong person hearing about the investigation could get someone killed. Charlie keeps the circle small, just himself, Rex, Sarah, Jesse, and Superintendent Donovan. Trust is now a weapon, and the team uses it carefully. Rex, however, is not interested in paperwork. He keeps pacing near the evidence table, nose locked on the torn fabric. Sarah takes another look and spots something they all missed. Embedded in the threads are tiny metal fibers, not from clothing but from a tactical vest. The victim may have been involved in something dangerous moments before he died. Maybe he wasn't just a victim. Maybe he was a player in the smuggling ring who tried to back out to return someone in. With fresh urgency, Hudson and Rex return to the fishing shed. This time, they search the area beyond the obvious. Rex leads Hudson to a trapdoor hidden under old crates. Beneath it lies a cold, narrow tunnel leading straight to the docks. It's a secret escape route, but also a perfect place to hide something. And it does hide something. In the dirt, half buried, Rex uncovers a blood-soaked badge. Not a police badge, but a private security badge. The company name stamped across it makes Hudson's jaw tighten. It belongs to Daniel Harlow. Suddenly, Harlow is no longer just a name in a ledger. He is now a suspect. And somewhere out there, he is watching them get closer. The discovery of Daniel Harlow's security badge is a turning point. Hudson now knows they are dealing with more than a murder. This is a network built on lies, hidden roots, and silent deals. And somewhere inside that web is a killer, with Harlow now a key suspect. Every second counts. Hudson and Rex track Harlow, the old-fashioned with boots on the ground, nose to the wind. Rex picks up the scent again near the marina, right where the mysterious boat was last seen. The trail leads them to an old warehouse on the edge of town, a place long abandoned, but still showing signs of life. Broken chains on the side door, fresh tire tracks in the dirt. Someone has been here. Maybe they still are. Hudson radios for backup but keeps his approach quiet. Rex moves beside him, low and alert, his ears tuned to every echo. Inside the warehouse, scattered crates form a maze of shadows. Hudson spots movement near the back, but before he can react, a loud bang shakes the walls. Someone drops a metal container to distract them. Then footsteps. Running. Hudson signals Rex to flank. Rex bolts between crates like a bullet, cutting off the escape route. A man tries to slip out the side exit, but Rex is already there, blocking his path with a growl that freezes the man in place. Hudson closes in and cuffs him. This is not Harlowitz, one of his men. A scared and desperate one. Back at Major Crimes, interrogation begins. The suspect, eyes shaking with fear, says nothing at first. But Rex sits beside the one-way glass, watching. Hudson walks in and lays the blood-stained badge on the table. Then a photo of the victim. Then the ledger. The man cracks. He admits Harlow has been running a smuggling ring through the docks for months, and the victim was part of the operation. But last week, something went wrong. Someone tipped off the authorities. Someone from inside the ring wanted out. The victim, he says, tried to leave, but Harlow found out. And now Harlow has vanished with a shipment worth millions. One more shipment. One last deal. Then he disappears forever. But that is not all. The suspect reveals one last secret. Harlow didn't vanish alone. He had help from someone inside the police department. Someone feeding him case updates. Someone with access. Hudson feels the weight of betrayal sink in. If this is true, then this case is no longer just about catching Harlow. It's about stopping someone on the inside before they destroy everything. And as if on cue, the precinct computers flicker. Jesse shouts from the tech room someone is wiping files from the case. Evidence is disappearing in real time. The mole has just made a move, and now Hudson and Rex are in more danger than ever. The moment Jesse announces that case files are being erased, panic flashes across the room, but only for a second. Hudson acts fast. He orders Jesse to cut off line access and isolate whatever files remain. Meanwhile, Rex bolts to the hallway, barking sharply. He senses movement. Someone is already escaping. Hudson follows Rex through the back exit of the precinct. The emergency staircase door is still swinging. Someone just slipped through. Down 3 flights, out into the alley, Rex leads at full speed. Ahead, a figure jumps into a truck and floors the engine. Tires scream. Hudson leaps into his car. Rex jumps in beside him. The chase is on. The truck heads toward the industrial docks at the edge of town, the perfect place to disappear. Patrol officers respond to Hudson's radio call, but they are minutes away. This is between Hudson, Rex, and a dangerous insider who will do anything not to be caught. The truck screeches to a stop near Warehouse 12. The driver jumps out and runs inside. Hudson parks and gives Rex a single command: find him. What they discover inside is worse than they imagined. Dock workers have been cleared out. The warehouse is now a staging ground. Crates filled with illegal goods are lined up for transport. At the center of it, all Daniel Harlow. He stands calmly, as if he has been expecting them. But what shocks Hudson more is the person standing next to Harlow, Sergeant Klein, a trusted officer from Major Crimes. Quiet, polite, dependable Klein, the last person anyone would suspect. And yet here he is, gun in hand, betraying everything. Hudson steps forward slowly, hands raised. Klein thinks he has the upper hand. He mocks Charlie for trusting Rex more than people. Harlow laughs and calls Rex just a dog. That is their biggest mistake. While they monologue, Rex slips behind a stack of crates. His eyes stay locked on Klein's gun arm. Hudson keeps talking, keeping their attention just long enough. Then Hudson gives a subtle nod. Rex launches. He explodes from behind the crates, slamming into Klein and knocking the gun loose. The weapon skids across the floor. Harlow grabs it and fires. Bullets spark off metal beams. Hudson dives for cover and shouts for Rex to stay down. Harlow runs deeper into the warehouse toward a boat waiting at the dock. If he escapes now, they may never see him again. Hudson goes after him. Rex follows at his side, unshaken. Klein lies handcuffed on the ground, growling in pain and defeat. Sirens begin to echo in the distance. Backup is close, but time is running out. The final showdown has begun. Harlow cannot be allowed to vanish. Not now. Not after this. Harlow races toward the dock with the stolen shipment and the gun he grabbed during the fight. He jumps onto the speedboat and fires the engine, but Hudson and Rex are already closing in. Hudson knows he can't let the boat reach open water. If Harlow disappears tonight, this entire case dies with him. Hudson makes a bold move. He cuts across the dock and leaps onto the boat just as it pulls away. He slips, grabbing the railing with one hand while Rex barks from the pier, pacing in full alert. Harlow points the gun at Hudson and sneers. He thinks he has one, but Rex isn't done fighting. He makes a run and jumps from the dock, landing on the boat with perfect timing. His paws hit the deck, and he goes straight for Harlow's arm. The gun fires once into the air before Rex forces it down. Hudson tackles Harlow to the ground, and within seconds, it is over. The smuggling ring is exposed. The killer is in handcuffs, And once again, Rex proves he is more than a canine. He is a partner. Back at the precinct, Klein is taken into custody. Superintendent Donovan is stunned. Betrayed by one of their own, the department feels a shift. Trust now has cracks, and no one knows how deep they go. Hudson stands quietly as Klein is led past him. Klein only says one thing as he goes. "You still don't get it. This isn't over." Those words land heavy. What started as one murder has now revealed a larger threat. Someone more powerful is pulling the strings. The episode ends on a reflective note. Sarah confirms that the victim was trying to expose the smuggling ring before he was killed. Jesse begins rebuilding the erased files, determined to uncover everything Klein tried to hide. Donovan promises full internal review, and Rex, loyal as ever, stays by Hudson's side as they watch the sun rise outside the station. Hudson kneels beside Rex and scratches behind his ear. "Good work, partner," he says softly. The moment is simple, but it speaks to the heart of the show, the bond between man and dog. It's built on loyalty, courage, and unbreakable trust. But before the screen fades, we see one last scene. A mysterious figure receives a phone call. A distorted voice asks, "Did Harlow talk?" The figure replies, "No, and he won't." The voice answers, "Good, move to phase 2. Call ends." Screen cuts to black. Season 8 has just begun, and something much bigger is coming.